Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Schwartz Reichel. My career began in music education, where I learned the importance of a key change, a shift, in the tonal center of a piece of music, often used to inject energy or produce significance. Eventually, I realized the impact of making key changes in all areas of my life and the desire to help others do the same. Making key changes can be difficult. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do like to pose questions for reflection and offer actionable key changes for us to attempt in both our working and living situations. Together, we can unlock our greatest potential in collaboration with those we love, serve, and lead. Let's discover how we can grow together by making key changes. This summer, my father turned 80 years old, or for him, I should say 80 years young, as he's quite active and involved in his community and our family. On the week of his birthday, I aired episode number 76, Lessons Learned from My Dad. After listening, my dad called me to say that he and my mom had listened together, and they loved it. He told me he cried. I've never seen my dad cry. But hearing that, even though he wasn't emotional on the phone, I cried, of course. It's a beautiful memory I will carry of him through my life. Yesterday, my mom turned 76, and of course, we sang together, 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. Everything is a song to my mom. She has sung throughout her life and continues to do so, both at home and in her church choir, where my dad serves as the conductor. As a vocalist, she even had a singing telegram service when I was young. She has always been an entertainer and continues to delight us all. The stories my family, friends, and I have about her are unforgettable. My mom has taught me many lessons through the years. In episode number 41, What You Focus On Expands, I share how my mom taught me the importance of writing thank you cards. She showed me that everyone enjoys receiving meaningful mail, and that placing stickers on the envelopes makes the letters even more special to receive. My mom modeled gratitude in so many ways: writing a note, calling someone to share appreciation, giving a thoughtful gift, or speaking kindly about another person through conversation, a poem, or a song. Growing up, her actions reminded me that when we focus on gratitude, beauty expands. As I watch my beautiful mother age, she continues to teach me lessons about life, lessons in compassion, courage, and confidence. She is not nearly as active as she was a few years ago, but just because she can't do a few things as she once did, doesn't mean she doesn't have lessons to teach. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Growing up, my mom's personality was big. To me and to everyone she met. She's Italian. She's loud. She's opinionated. She filled rooms with energy, laughter, and love. And while her personality has softened in some ways over the past few years, her love for life, for her family, and for connection has not. In fact, it's only become more profound. My mom lights up when she sees me in person or when I call, especially if she can see me on FaceTime. Her smile is contagious. Just this past weekend, at a cousin's wedding, I caught her beaming at me from across the room. I smiled back, and her smile grew even bigger. A reminder that smiles, hugs, kind words, and presents are often more meaningful than any material gift. I've learned that our attention and care are among the most precious gifts we can give, not just to our parents, but to our children, our students, and even our employees and clients. Being present, being fully there, that's powerful. And it's a lesson we all need a reminder of from time to time, especially as we enter the holiday season. For the last year or so, my mom has been visiting my family for several days every other month. One visit, last spring, occurred right before the school year ended. And let me tell you, it was a whirlwind of a week. Between chauffeuring kids to every possible activity, sneaking in work whenever I could, finalizing plans for the launch of the Confidence Camp, and juggling a dozen other things, it was chaos. And in the midst of that chaos, I said something without thinking to my mom. A careless comment. And it hurt my mom. It wasn't intentional. It was off the cuff. But the sting in her eyes was unmistakable. In that moment, I felt instant regret. I apologized, and we talked through it. And I was reminded, again, of something so simple, yet so profound. Our words matter, whether written, signed, sung, or spoken. Kind words go a long way. And unkind or thoughtless words can linger far longer than we realize. That moment also reminded me of something else. Life is short, and the time we have with the people we love is precious. We should strive to make our presence a positive one. We may not be able to give our loved ones everything they want or do everything they could do, but we can give our patience, our care, and our love. These are the lessons my mom continues to teach me every day through her smile, her patience, her kind words, her love, through her presence. And I'm endlessly grateful to keep learning from her for as long as I can. So here's a simple invitation. Call your mom or whoever you look to as a parental figure. Set a date together or just show up on their doorstep. Let them know you have time for them. Be present. Those moments, small, ordinary, yet full of love, become the moments we treasure most. I recently read something about aging parents that stayed with me. Go while you still can. Your presence isn't small to them. It's everything. And it's true. It's not about fancy gifts, grand gestures, or perfectly planned visits. It's about showing up, being seen, seeing them, being heard, hearing them, sharing a smile, a hug, a laugh, a story, or a meal together. That is what matters. And that's what lingers in the heart long after the moment passes. Life is chaotic, especially if you're part of the sandwich generation like I am, raising kids while also caring for aging parents. School, activities, work, they often run our lives, but they shouldn't run our love. We need to be present for the people who matter most. So today, I invite you to take a pause. Usually, the pause I encourage you to do is to reflect. Yes, do that too, but also reach out. Make that call, schedule that visit, or just randomly show up. Say the words that matter, and in doing so, you'll not only give someone a gift, the gift of feeling loved, seen, heard, and valued, but you'll give yourself a gift too. A gift of connection, of gratitude, of moments that years from now, you'll look back on and smile. And you'll be glad you learned this lesson sooner than later. If this episode, even through my tears, or any of the Making Key Changes episodes resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Send a message through my website, makingkeychanges.com. And don't forget to share the show with someone who might benefit from it. If you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to subscribe to the weekly newsletter. You'll find a link in the show notes. I publish the newsletter every Wednesday, and it aligns with the podcast, offering extra insights to help you grow. Finally, book me to speak at an upcoming event. I'd love to help strengthen your people. I've recently added a speaker reel to my website and the show notes, so you can share that link with people in your company or organization who coordinate learning opportunities. How are we making key changes to live the lessons my mom continues to teach me, and now you? Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so yet, please consider rating and reviewing the Making Key Changes podcast on the Apple Podcast app. If you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with others and joining me again next week. In my coming episodes, I'll discuss topics that are most passionate to me, along with things I've been researching or areas of my life I have changed or want to change. You can learn more about me on my website, makingkeychanges.com. Feel free to message me through there or reach out on social media. I'd love to hear from you and learn about what key changes you hope to make.